Hi Leos, and welcome to your February 2020 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to talk about your energy coming into the month of February. It is an activating and even fun time of the year for a lot of you as we are moving into Aquarius time, which is your axis. You are part of that axis, so you are very activated during this time of the year and having a lot of just new things coming into your life. So are you kind of ready, Leo, to have a sense of like new, or a sense of, things are changing, things are more favorable, things are more connective and possible? I feel a sense of inspiration and aspiration coming into your life during this month. And I think that you are, maybe a bit hesitant to latch onto that, but at the same time, it is a good windfall for you. Honestly, if I could say for your energy that I've been meditating on for the last few minutes, I know that you're feeling a little bit out of place. I know that you're feeling a little bit unsure of how you move forward here. How can I have enough money? How can I have enough resources? How can I have enough people around me to do the things that I feel most drawn to? Because definitely during a Capricorn year like this, it can influence Leo to really want to defy the mold, or to defy the set, rigid standard of what your life has indicated thus far. So certain Leos might be wanting to make a big jump in career, or a big jump in housing, or making a big change basically. And as you come into February, you're starting to see what that takes and how much that costs. And for those of you Leos who have been saving up, or who have been really preparing for this for a long time, you can see a really wonderful light coming at the end of the tunnel, or a really wonderful opportunity to make a big change this month. So let's talk about you guys from the week to week and see what's coming up. In the first week, Leos, you guys have the Empress rooted down by King of Swords. So you are starting to really benefit from your planning, or from your strategies. You have a strategic ability in the first week of February that separates you from the rest. So for those of you working in jobs that deal with strategy, or deal with making planned moves or planned opportunities, you will be very rewarded and do very good. You could get a promotion. The Empress energy for me is a promoting energy. So you raise in rank, or you start to get more engagement, or more respect, even for more deference for your accomplishments, which is really good to see for you guys, because the Capricorn energy can make you guys a little bit focused, or connected to the thoughts of like deference, or precedence, or hierarchy. And it feels like it's actually channeling out in a positive way that not only benefits you, or fits into your own ideas of respect, but also other people are on the same page too, and are enjoying that too. So you might see that people start to respect you more in the first week of February, and that people are really, working well with you in a hierarchical sense, which is refreshing for you to see, because a lot of your issues have hinged on those types of thoughts, and maybe not feeling like you were respected, or not feeling like people were giving you the proper like precedence or something. For example, like a Leo working in a very high position, but being treated like a very low position, and even vice versa. Basically, that's sort of realigning itself, and you will see more of a typical, appropriate sense of respect coming into your life. In the second week, you guys have the Lovers rooted down by Five of Swords. So we're shifting more so from career or hierarchy in the first week to relationships in the second week. You've got to start to really get your relationships together and decide which ones need to stay and which ones need to go. You're going to have to maybe make some choices in regards to relationships. I think that you need to really do a bit of soul searching there, and think who has treated you well, who has, in moments of difficulty, or moments of fear, or question, still treated you with love and respect. It's going to be important to think about who is truly there for you, or in moment. Well, that's what I keep hearing for you guys. It's like certain people, when the going is good, are really great to you, and really kind to you, and really benevolent. But when it comes to times that are not so good, it's like very wishy-washy. So basically, it's like maybe you've attracted a lot of people who can go with the current, or go with the natural, like as long as things are easy and fine, it's fine. But then there's just like a disappearance when things are not so fine. So week number 2, you might have to start making some boundaries, or start choosing certain people or certain experiences that are more unquestionably favorable. And also remembering that you have to exhibit that as well. So make sure that you're being there for people when it's difficult or when it's not so favorable, as long as it's not, like demeaning or enabling or something. There's a lot of maybe thought process or conceptualization for your sign relating to at what point in time do you stop supporting somebody? At what point in time do you give somebody full support? I feel that you're redrawing those boundaries and understanding what that means, because I also feel that during the second week you will know really clearly who is for you and who is against you. For those of you in maybe a toxic relationship or something, that will be really clear in the second week. For those of you in a nice relationship, that will be really clear. You will start to feel more upfront and more understanding of what your relationships are in the second week. Week number 3, you guys have Two of Swords rooted down by Knight of Pentacles. Simply, it's just a time where your guard is becoming more clear. Like, what are you guarded against? There might be a lot of prosperous opportunities that are starting small that you might be on guard against. King of Pentacles is also nearby too. So you are, and with the Empress, and like we talked about in the first week, some of you are having a change in career. Ooh, I'm feeling this really strongly for Leo. Or you're feeling burned out in the current career, because Ten of Wands is coming up too, and King of Wands. So there's a sense of having to like put way too much work into something that is not benefiting you. So you guys are going to be having a shift. I can even see some of you maybe moving towards like politics, or even if it's not like traditional politics, like becoming more of a social person or becoming more involved in hierarchical systems as well, with the Empress too. A lot of you are making a move from something that was more what you might have seen as more mundane to something that's more like public, as I do sense that your energy, the way that it combines with the Capricorn energy, is a very publicizing and public energy. So a lot of you are becoming more social, more extroverted, and more wanting to work on bigger issues perhaps. But at the same time, it's not really the greatest time for it. So you want to pull back a little bit, Leos. And I'm feeling this really strongly for you guys. I apologize if this reading is a little bit all over the place. Your energy, I've got to be honest, and as I'm a Leo rising, guys, so I'm in it. Like, I'm very passionate about Leo readings, because it's, I can see it in myself. But it's a little bit all over the place, and it's a little bit maybe trying a bit too hard, or pushing too much out there, or being too available in a way too. Again, we don't really want that until Aries time. So March 21st, you might really want to pull back, or you might want to beware of being too available or too out there for people. Two of Swords sometimes, very rarely, can mean that you need to up the boundaries a little bit more. You need to stop looking at something. You need to stop pushing something so hard that it feels forced or something. So whatever that means for you, the third week of February is going to be a very enlightening time of maybe going into a time of retreat, really, or a time of planning how you're going to make the next decision. Because I feel that between February 21st and March 21st, Pisces to Aries time, I feel that you guys have to commit around Aries time, so around March 21st. So you have that full month there to pull back and to not be super out there and not super available, and to understand what it is that you want. Because March 21st, you don't want to be so strategic anymore. You want to be on a path and accomplishing on that path. So try to figure things out, try to pull back, try to not be overworking yourself. As we're in the fourth week with Ten of Wands, rooted down by King of Wands, you can bypass some of your desire or bypass some of your good luck or good fortune just by having too much on your plate or having too many things to accomplish. So whatever you can do to pull back and tone back a little bit is going to be important. Okay, Leos, you're a fiery, enigma starting in the fourth week. You're going to become very attractive, very beautiful, very charismatic to other people, and that can start to create a lot of work and a lot of engagements or a lot of things that you have to get done. Try to play hard to get a little bit, okay? Maybe raise your price for services that you do. Maybe pull back a little bit and do a little bit less, but then make what you do that much higher quality. So it's like this sort of perfect, enigmatic solar power that you have within yourself that starts to emerge. Basically, you want to really, with that King of Swords, King of Pentacles, and King of Wands energy, the Empress energy, there's a lot of like sovereign really high up, really elevated status that comes in for you here. Status, that's an interesting thing to think about for you guys. You are a status sign. Beware of being too connected to status symbols during this time, but you might start to get them, or you might start to get status figures in your life, status symbols, status connections. And that is something that you want to play hard to get with a little bit. You don't want to be like, I volunteer as tribute for this status symbol. I will take the expensive house. I will take the expensive car. I will take the rich connections as friends now. You want to watch out for this type of thing. You don't want to be seen as like a social climber, or as somebody who's desperate to be in a position of power. Not that you guys would do that, but you just want to be careful and kind of look and see, wow, is that the part that I'm playing right now as a Leo? Even if that's never been what I've wanted, am I kind of being a little bit desperate with my desire for power or with my desire for energy? Do I really have that much of my own energy within right now? Maybe because that's how we achieve true power in life, not egoic power, but true energetic power, is by just having a lot of energy at our disposal, and by discerning and knowing where our energy should and shouldn't go. That's how we become powerful. And if you look within Leo with all of this Capricorn energy, it's not the most harmonious energy when it comes to culminating energy. If you look within, you might see that there's not much there. So there's forming a bit of a desperation to have, maybe material, tangible reminders of your own power. So let's go within, Leos, for February. King of Pentacles is your central theme. Save up. Try to not be too spendy. Try to not it could be an incredible time for some of you to buy a house in February, or to move, or to accumulate a new space that feels empowering. That could be very wonderful for you all, but make sure that you've saved up enough, and make sure that you're not overspending to where you have to work more in order to keep it going, like forever at least. Like, it's okay to work a little bit extra this month, but you don't want to start a 12-year cycle of like working nonstop just to afford your space or something. But basically February and even the beginning of March, Leo, it's going to be all about making precise your sense of power. Okay, so not just accepting any kind of power anywhere just to start to feel stronger, but to start to feel selective in your power. So thank you, Leos, for being here. I hope that this reading resonated for you. I know it's a little bit all over the place, but that is Aquarius time for you guys. You should feel a lot more centered and focused through your own efforts over this month. I'm wishing you a lot of love and light. Good luck as you take on this time. If the reading resonated for you, you can check the description box below and hit the subscribe button to see what else I offer. See you guys next month. Much love, Leos. Bye-bye.